guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Xochitl. If you are new here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with some more of my videos, especially if you love affordable drugstore makeup tutorials and reviews like this one. Today, I'm excited to talk about a new product that just hit Target. I know it's maybe been around for a while now, but I've barely gotten my hands on it because I finally saw it in stores, and it is the brand Cai Para Mi. I believe that's how you say it. I picked up their foundation and their concealer. They have some other products which look like a cream highlighting contour palette, some lipsticks, some bronzer, some face powders, but while I was shopping, because I was also getting some other things, like, you know what, let's try these two complexions products first and see if it's worth picking up some other products later to see how it works for me. For those of you who are new to my channel, I have a dry skin, so I definitely wanted to see how it would work for my dry skin, and the foundation says it's a natural radiant foundation, but honestly I really had no idea what to expect, and I've got to admit my hopes were just kind of like, I don't know if this is gonna work for me or what. I was trying to look on the Target website as well as on their website to kind of see what type of a description they would give me for this foundation as well as a concealer. There wasn't much. On the Target one, I know they did mention it was supposed to be buildable for like coverage for the foundation, so I was like, alright, let's go into it. The foundation is only $10, which I thought was really great, and it comes with a pump. I like that price so far. Like, honestly, looking at the rest of their products, they were pretty reasonable. So I was like, you know what? Let me pick up a foundation and a concealer. A foundation, at least from what I've seen on Target's website, they have about 10 different shades, so not too many. I know this brand is supposed to be catered towards Latinas, made for Latinas. We come in different, you know, skin tones and everything. I do like that they picked a natural radiant finish because I feel like that also helps with different skin types to kind of cater to, but I do feel as though maybe they could expand the range a little bit. I don't know if they're just, you know, maybe like an indie brand smaller, so they're starting off with maybe, you know, just a couple of shades and then kind of growing from there. Different from like other bigger brands who only start off with this amount. It's like, y'all can come out with some more shades, you know, type of thing. But I picked up mine in the shade Tan, which I thought was interesting because I definitely usually fall closer to the lighter medium, hint of medium type of spectrum. And any type of foundation or concealer shade I ever get, I never make it to the tan shade, so I just feel like, oh, because the next one down was actually what I picked up in the concealer Nude, and honestly, tan I think works really well for my skin tone, and had I gone with the Nude shade, the next one down, that definitely would have been too light, so maybe like, I don't know, it makes me feel tan. So maybe it makes me feel better about myself, but I think this was a good tone for my skin tone. It's weird, I don't know, in general, like I just feel like the tan has just kind of like stayed forever. But I'm still really light, so just something to kind of keep in mind if you kind of assimilate with certain like color names and you're like, that's what I normally am, it might be a little bit different. So for references, I'll put some of my other shade ranges, some other foundation if you guys are interested. I'm in the shade 10 for the foundation. I put this foundation on around 10 a.m. today, and it's now almost around 6 p.m., 5:52 p.m. So I've had this on for about 8 hours. It's your average foundation that I personally would like it to last at least like a nice long work day. I actually didn't go to work today, but you know, that's usually what I'm looking for. It can last me at least 8 hours. I'm pretty happy. So this might be a good thing or a bad thing for most of you guys, but I thought it was interesting. So I was so excited to test out this foundation that I honestly forgot to put on a face primer. And for those of you who don't normally wear a face primer, I'd be like, great, I don't wear one anyway. I want to know how it looks. But for those of you who do, just depends on what type of face primer. Since I do have dry skin, I always go for my L'Oreal Infallible Glow Lock Primer. And when I was like almost halfway done with my foundation, I was like, crap, I forgot to put on a primer, but I was like, we're too far in to kind of go back. So honestly, it was like, let's just test this out without a primer for those of you who maybe don't. And honestly, I feel like I have some things to kind of add from there where it's like, could kind of change it up from there. I blended this out with a beauty blender all over my face because honestly, I just felt like it's a natural finish. So I typically tend to like use a beauty blender for anything that's not like super dewy. So I went in with one layer of this foundation, and I would say it's like really nice and medium coverage. It was very good coverage. On the half of my face where I put on the foundation, you can still kind of see like my redness peeking through. On the other side that had nothing, like it looked really nice. All over my face, I think one layer is a really nice and medium coverage, but not like too much of a medium like heaviness. Of course I went in with 2 layers. I think one layer would be definitely fine for like a nice light day, but I wanted to see how buildable it was, and it definitely was very buildable, very easy to blend out. I love the feeling of it. It wasn't a thick, creamy, heavy formula, and it wasn't too watery, but it blended out really, really nicely, very, very easily, and the coverage was great. So it's a great medium if you want to build it up to full coverage, which I did. I think you'll really, really like it. Once it kind of set on my face, I used my kind of hydrating facial mist, my Max Fix Plus, and then I set it with my Milani Make It Last setting spray. And once I kind of set it, I was like, okay, I kind of like this pretty good for like no primer underneath. I was like, all right, this definitely feels and looks like a nice and natural radiant finish. Like I had that hint of luminosity even on my dry skin. Normally a lot of times when it says like natural finish for a foundation, it feels almost like a demi matte sometimes, a little bit too drying on my skin personally, but it was feeling very, very comfortable. I would say maybe around like 1:30, 2 p.m. I did kind of go check in the bathroom. I would have filmed it, but the lighting wasn't the best. And I was like, saw a peek, some more luminosity kind of peeking through. And I was like, ooh, this is actually looking pretty good, sitting very well on my face. It's not, it like sunk in to my skin rather than like sitting on top, and you can kind of see it. And I was actually like, all right, I like this a lot actually. I was feeling it. It didn't feel like super heavy. It didn't feel cakey around my face. I lightly set it with my Galactic Luminous Face Powder, lightly. I try to not, you know, set it with any powder. I think maybe I couldn't even gotten away with not setting it with powder. Now that I'm home after about 8-hour day, for not having a luminous face primer on my face, I actually like it. I like, you kind of see a little glow going on there. So honestly, I want to try this out again. I want to wear this again. I want to use this a lot more. I want to test it out with my luminous primer from L'Oreal, and I feel like that's going to give it even more of a boost. I feel like that's going to help it like just kind of sink into my skin a little bit better, just lay on top, just even nicer, a little bit slicker. But for having forgotten that, I'm actually pretty impressed. I was a little bit scared. I was kind of like, didn't know what to expect. I was like, is it gonna be good? I don't know. It's only $10. I don't know. It's like a brand I don't know anything about really, but I want to use it again. I want to test it out again. I definitely want to use it in some more tutorials for you guys and let you know how it goes on with the face primer. But the foundation, yeah, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep using it. I think this is one, I like that it's a natural radiant because I feel like it is going to be good for every single skin type. And for me, personally, I would just say it just depends what primer you use and how you set it. That's what's going to make a difference of how it works for your skin. So I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Glow Lock Primer for my dry skin. And I'm going to play around with setting it, not setting it. Normal skin, as usual, you can probably do whatever you want. The normal skin, you're really going to like this. Oily skin, I would definitely just suggest setting it with a powder. And if you feel like maybe it's coming off a little bit too dewy on you, I think you're definitely going to get that luminosity for sure. But if you feel like it's too much, I would say go in with a mattifying primer. But I would definitely recommend, if you're curious about this foundation, I would definitely say try it out. I am very, very impressed. Hopefully you guys find a color for you. If not, I would say let them know. Give them a little shout out. I don't know if they're coming out with more shades, hopefully, but I've seen only maybe about 10 at Target. Hopefully we'll see that expand to either Target. I think you can also get it like Amazon, maybe their website. But if you're at Target, pick it up. Now for the concealer is $7. I feel like they have the same shades for the concealer that they have for the foundation. So of course, since I bought the foundation in the shade 10, I like to go one shade lighter for my concealer. So I went with the shade Nude, which is the next shade down. And I think that's a good color for my under eyes. I honestly maybe thought like, would tan be the exact same color? Or would it be a little bit lighter, complementary? Not sure, but I picked up Nude. The applicator is a little doe foot applicator. applicator, the sponge is very, very comfortable. The formula is very creamy, not too watery. It's not very thick at all. I would say it doesn't pick up as much product as, like, say, my ColourPop concealer, my L'Oreal one, where you can kind of almost do, or I personally do my whole face with just one type of dip, but depends how much product you use. If you don't slather it on like I do, then you probably could just with one dip type of a deal. I would say this is also supposed to be a natural radiant concealer. They say this is a medium to full coverage concealer. I have dark circles under my eyes. I would maybe disagree a little bit. I would say this is maybe more of a light to medium coverage concealer. I feel like this coverage compared to the foundation is definitely feels a little bit lighter on my face. When I blended it out, maybe personally because I do have dark circles, I could still kind of see the dark circles peeking through. It definitely felt a lot lighter, which was nice, especially for my under eyes. Like, I want that feeling of a light coverage concealer. So honestly, I feel like it's gonna be a hit or a miss for some people. For those of you who like a lighter, you know, type of coverage concealer, I think you're really gonna like this. For those of you who prefer a little bit more coverage, I think maybe this might be a pass for you. I did, you know, try to apply it and blend it out, and then I actually tried to see how buildable it was as well, and I added another layer. Definitely buildable. It did not crease, it did not kick up. I have really bad creasing underneath my eyes, and we are looking good. So that's, you know, the benefit definitely from a lighter coverage concealer. So, you know, if you have a problem with creasing underneath your eyes, I think you're really gonna like that, because like it still looks good. But I feel like I prefer something that's really gonna conceal my dark circles. Like, it did a pretty good job, but like I know I have other concealers that conceal just a little bit better. But if you don't have a problem with that, then I think you're gonna like the concealer as well. So concealer, I feel like, I don't know, any, you know, makeup product, it just comes down to preference, and honestly it just comes down to what you like. So it's up to you, whatever you like, whether you will pick this up or not. I personally just prefer something a little bit more medium to full coverage. I like that nice medium where I just need kind of like one, you know, swipe underneath the eyes and I'm good. But it doesn't set too quickly. It's not too mattifying. It's definitely got a nice natural finish, but with the radiance kind of added onto there, it's still also not like too much, too slick where you're gonna crease underneath the eyes. So that's a bonus for me. I like that it did not crease underneath my eyes. I hope you guys enjoyed the review and demo of the new Cai Para Mi foundation and concealer. Well, not new to me, new to my Target. Hopefully I will see it in other Targets. I haven't seen it in every single Target yet, but I'm super excited that I'm starting to see them pop up here. If you are in the Chicago area, I picked this up at the Target in Bucktown on Elston. That's the only way I know my streets, is either if you ask me where is there a certain Target or Ulta. I can that's how I know my like maps and like geography and all that stuff. But if you guys want to pick these up, I definitely would recommend them. I think they're worth a shot. I feel like since I really did like the foundation a lot, I'm definitely want to pick up some of the other products. So let me know if you guys are curious and you want to see some more reviews and demos and see me play with these products a little bit more. But I'm like, yes, Latina win. I'm super excited. Hopefully I get to see them expand their shade ranges and their products, and I love that they are at Target, so that's super exciting. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button, especially if you want some updates on this foundation with different primers. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.